Namaskar and very good afternoon all the viewers and learners. Dear viewers, this is a webinar series and this series is on IT, ICT and ET. And you know that on every webinar we try to bring a different topic, a different session so that our educators, teachers or the stakeholders, whoever is connected with the education can know more about many technical things. So today we are going to talk about a topic, it is Socrative. What is Socrative? A comprehensive guide to interactive assessment. This is Socrative, and to know more about it we have invited our guest here. But before introducing her, I want to tell you that you all have connected with us on our NCERT official YouTube channel, NCERT PME Vidya class number 6 to 12 and PME Vidya channel number 6 to 12. You can participate or you can ask any kind of question or any query which is occurring in your mind. Directly you can call us on our number is 8800440559, or even you can go to our live chat box as well, where you can drop your suggestions or any kind of query. So our email ID is also there. So if you want to write in details, you can go to our email ID. Our email ID is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Dear viewers, now it's time to introduce our guest. We have invited in the studio Dr. Ruchi Dwivedi ji. Ruchi ma'am, very good afternoon. Namaskar. Ruchi ma'am is assistant professor in CIET NCERT, and CIET means Central Institute of Educational Technology, NCERT, New Delhi. Ruchi ma'am, as we know that this is a series on webinar ICT, and today we have taken the subject Socrative. It is a mobile application. It is a mobile application and it is for the teachers or the educator. And what is Socrative? Because most of the people don't know about it. How to teach their student and how to make them accessible for this. So first you have to elaborate it, then we will come to know about it in details.
Exactly. So very good afternoon to one and all over here. Now today we are going to have a talk on one application, and yes, as madam had already said, it is also a mobile application,
Right,
as well as a software, that is a Socrative. It is basically, you can able to say, a comprehensive guide which we are going to present over today for the assessment, which is not only going to be in a part of developing anything, but how to make it little bit more interactive, as well as how it is user friendly also, when we are going to talk about that how it can be utilized among the educators and for the students.
Correct, ma'am.
Yes. So basically, if I want to talk to you about a Socrative, then it can be considered as a dynamic online tool that can facilitate real-time assessment and student engagement with the help of the quizzes, with the help of the polling, as well as with the help of different set of activities. It is basically can allow the educators to create and launch various assessment types, to gather the instant information, to make the quizzes, as well as it is also in a position to give you a scope to analyze the students' learning. And if I want to talk about the feasibility, because whenever we are going to talk about technology, it is important to understand about the feasibility also. So in the case of feasibility also, it can be used with various devices, either with the laptop, with the smartphone, with the tablet, and even with the mobile also. So this is the basic feature which can be considered, or which can make a Socrative can be considered as a useful assessment tool. Now as an educator, when you think that you need to use it, so for that I can tell you that if you want to have a real-time feedback, if you want to get instant student comprehension, you want to know about the student comprehension, you want to identify the areas where the further instruction is needed to be given, or where there is a possibility to provide an improvement. Plus, whenever you are aiming to increase the engagement, the academic engagement, the student engagement, you want to go for the collaborative working, then you can say that can be considered as from the traditional assessment into the engaging and interactive activities. Third, if you want to go for the data-driven insight, because that is also a very important feature, that if you are going to form any set of activity, any set of assessment, it is important that we should collect the data, then only we can work on the student performance, and then it is also can be considered as useful to inform or to provide instructional decisions also. Plus, it is also having a characteristics of time efficiency, that the automatic grading for certain question types and the streamlining assessment workflow can also be provided. And plus, the major concern and the major feature is that it is applicable for all disciplines. So it is not having only the things or only the information or only the content from one discipline, because it is also having a property of AI generated questions or AI generated activities. So that is also is actually applicable for various subjects for even various grade levels, as well as it can also provide for various learning environment. So if any such feature you want to get or any such feature you want to provide for your students, Socrative could be considered as an answer over here. Now, if you want to see the actual, the interface of the Socrative application or Socrative software on the laptop or either on the main web page, you can see there also it has been mentioned that it has delivered as a formative assessment tool, which teachers can utilize, as well as it is also been present in the 14 languages. And if I want to talk about Indian one, in the case of the India as a country, over there you can say the English for the US as well as English as a UK. Both the languages is been applicable and both the languages available for the Indians. Although it is been utilizing, it has been utilized from 2010, we can hope that in the upcoming years we could have some more options in terms of languages also.
Okay, can be more languages, not only 14 languages.
Yes.
So
basically this session, what we are going to get completed in the upcoming time is going to cover the 4 major areas. The first is Socrative interface and navigation. Second, about how we are going to create a quiz and other activities. Third, how we are going to launch it and manage it, because it is not only important for a teacher to prepare anything, it is also important once you prepare it, you manage it and make it available visibly for the students. And the fourth one, what could be the more advanced features also which is present over here, which can make it more user friendly as well as effective for the assessment procedure. If you can able to observe the first point that we want to talk about, the Socrative interface and navigation, the first of all you need to write the word Socrative. You can write the keyword as Socrative plus assessment techniques, and then in any search engine you can able to identify the first icon, that is a Socrative. It is required that we need to click on that home page for the further understanding. And if you can see further, when we are going to click on it, we are going to come up with this page. This page is going to have the 2 major areas where it is important to understand. The one is for the student login and another one is for the teachers. Yes. Now, if we want to see little bit further, it is, I think, quite important for us to understand that what are the different features are which is applicable, which are available over here, so that we can be in a position to justify that how and where we can able to use it. So if you can see this page only, you can able to observe over here in the topmost area, one ribbon is given over there in the horizontal manner, and over there only, if you can able to see, it is having the basically for the 3 major domains. So even this application only is having a feature of the 3 major domains. Although for the higher education and for the corporate sector, we require to go for the Socrative Pro, that is not a free version, but it is a paid version. But for the students of the kindergarten till the grade 12, it is actually free till some level. But of course, if we want to go for the little bit of more expansion in terms of the features, then only we need to go for the payment purpose. But one thing I want to clarify over here, that although it might be possible that it is having a limitation in terms of the kindergarten to grade 12, there is not at all any set of limitation that you can't add any quizzes. The further one for the higher education and for the corporate, which has been given over there, it is basically more in a link with the AI generated questions. So over there, plus sort of activities which are more applicable for the, for the higher education, for the higher level of students and for the corporate sector. But for the students, if we want to talk about for kindergarten to grade 12, even over there also, as an educator, we have such an option that we can add the quiz, we can make a customization, we can make it towards the gamification, and even we can able to get a feedback also from the students. So that is the feature even which has been applicable or which has been present for the free version also.
Okay.
Now, of course, it is important to understand about the pricing also. That is also needed to be know very
Right.
well, because what we are going to get in the free version, we need to work on it, we need to see it, and later on then we can decide that whether we want to go for the pro or the paid version. Either it could be for the individual, either it could be for the team, and even for the organizational level also. So that is also what the benefit they are providing, that even after in the paid version, it is not been only customized for the individual or for some, group of teachers or a group of stakeholders. It could be at the 1, 2 and 3. The first level as an individual, second level as a team, third level as an organization. But of course, as a educator, I will suggest that first of all, we require to understand the basic, that what the things which are present in the free version, so that we are in a position to identify that what else features we require to work for the future one.
Okay.
Other than that, as madam had already told you about that, it is present in the application form also.
Right.
Yes.
So it is important for the educator or the teachers how to download the application and what is the process, how to log in it. So many things are there to discuss over here. So one by one we are going through it. Yes,
exactly. Yeah. So in the case of the application also, this is the for mobile application, you can able to observe the two major thing, that it is having the two different ports over there. The one is for the teacher and one is for the students. It might be possible that the teacher might utilize the student's port also to observe that how it will look alike. But for the students, they can work automatically by themselves. They don't require to add on the features which has been there only in the teachers. That will help that with the low connectivity, with the low bandwidth also, the students can able to work over here. That is one of the major feature when we are going to talk about the mobile application. We are going to understand a little bit more about it, but for right now, as we are understanding the whole ribbon, what it talks about, even it had a feature of the blogging, even had a feature of the support also. Support that for each and every step, how it can be utilized by the educator, it can be well explained in the support section, and we can able to observe for each and every place they had provided a different portal system. Plus for the blogging, if you had utilized it, if you want to provide any sort of testimony, if you have to give any type of feedback, that is also been there. And even there is any problem which might be existing due to any number of reasons, that is also can be addressed when you are going to put the things in the blog system of them. Plus even they are having the AI generated or AI supported customer care also, and I had personally also utilized, and you will glad to know I got a reply in 10 minutes. It was just a basic question,
so
of
fast
course.
Service.
Yes, but in the 10 minutes only, with the help of the AI generated answers, it was quite easy for me to understand that how it can be further can be worked.
Exactly.
Now in the case, as madam was telling about it, that for the student is always used to be a tricky part, that we need to log in that manner, we need to log in, we need to provide the detail, because we used to talk about the privacy also. We need to take care of the privacy also. So in the case of login, if we want to proceed, we need to go for a sign up, but I want to give a clear cut information. This sign up is applicable only for the teachers.
Not for the students.
No, the students only need to go to this URL. They only need to enter the room number which is already been given by the teacher, and they can start the activity. Okay. There is no other personal information is be taken over here. Only the information which the teacher is going to ask, and that is also the roll number might be, or might be the name. These only informations are there. So the student privacy or anybody's learner's privacy is also taken into consideration, that what we can able to observe over here. So when we are going to observe over here in the student login, you can able to observe, if you are going to get it clicked, such type of page is going to turn up in the front of the students. Over there again the language is there, as I had already told you that it was being applicable for the 14 language worldwide. In India, English of US and English of UK is applicable over here, but of course it might be with the duration of time, it could be possible that other language could also might be incorporated in the future. The room number which has been written over here, over there the room number is going to be given by the teacher, that we will try to discuss in the later part when we are going to understand how the teacher is going to utilize it. And just with that room number, the student need to join. You can see over here, the teacher can provide the QR code, the teacher can provide the URL, only the student has to click on it. they need to enter the room number, and finally with that just room number, they can join the condition. They can join this application, and whatsoever the activity which has been instructed by the teacher automatically can come in front of the students. Now the next part, that is teacher sign up, of course, because teacher has to work on it. So in the case of teacher sign up, we require to observe over here that for the teacher sign up, actually they need to provide some information, but with the good part is that only 3 information: full name, mail ID, password.
That's all.
Exactly.
And she will get the OTP.
Yes, no OTPs
no
at all.
OTPs
No,
required.
not at all
Great.
OTP is required. Only the mail ID is going to get confirmed with the mail ID. It used to turn up as a verification mail.
Okay.
Only that much it has been required, because there is no phone
Very
number.
simple.
Exactly, because there is no phone number at all. It has just been working with your mail ID.
Mail ID.
And even you can observe over here, I just give a trial on my own self itself. So you can able to observe over here that only the full name has been given, only the mail ID, operational mail ID, and the password has been there. And with that, the next, that is the login of teacher, is applicable over here. It could be possible you can make your new mail ID for the same, and even already if you are sign it up with the Google, whatsoever your mail ID which has been there with the Google, with that also you can come over here. But again, password is going to different. So it's not like that they are going to take the password what you were having in your mail ID. So that, I mean, encryption or privacy is also being maintained. So you are going to have another password over here.
Okay.
Yes, but later
so
on,
every time whenever the teacher has to log in, so every time she will get the new password.
no, it's not like that. But the password is not same as the mail ID.
Okay, it should be different from the mail ID.
Yes,
Okay.
that the care needed to be taken by the teacher. But
Teacher.
once the account has been prepared, account has been developed, then there is no such issues. The teacher need to add on their mail ID, their password, and they can be in a position to log in and can able to get this interface.
Okay.
And now the teacher is ready for creating the quizzes and other activities.
Other activities. So what all other activities can teacher do it on this application?
Exactly. Again, my mode of explanation is going to follow the same process, that to make you understand what is actually in the horizontal ribbon are there. Because until and unless we don't know what we have in our plate, we will not be in a position to understand what we have first.
Exactly.
So that is the main concern what I want to put it over here in the pedagogical style, that what the ribbon is actually talks about. There are 3 major things you can able to see, because of course this screenshot or this image is been taken from the website only. The major area is been highlighted, it has been maximized. So you can able to observe the first one is about a launch. So launch is the by default page which is going to come over here. Other than that, you can able to observe that your account is going to be developed over there. In that, you can able to see the profile, you can able to see the plan and member, even the contact also. You can able to contact them with the help of the mail ID also. Plus, even the sign out process is also been there. That is for the safety and the privacy of the teacher or the educator. Plus, your room number is been there. That room number is actually the first time what you are going to create. And that is what a limitation you can say for the free version. In the case of free version, you are only been applicable to utilize only one room. But in one room only, there are so many facilities that we can observe over here. So it is might be a limitation for the free version, you can say, but it is not technically a free version. It is not technically a limitation only in that aspect that we will try to understand in the future. Plus, you can able to observe even the room number can be very simple over here. You can see over here, it is just a very simple it has been done just for the purpose so that the student of any grade can able to use it. That is the major reason which a teacher can employ, that a simple room number can be provided. So even the student of lower grade also can utilize, because one of the major thing is that it is applicable for any grade.
Yes.
It can be utilized by any grade of student. Yes.
Any grade means class 1 to
kindergarten to 12. That is
Great.
the major feature of this particular assessment tool. Now, if we want to see about a launch, yes, there are many features which has been applicable for Pro, and that is very common in technology, that we are having some limited sources with the free version. I think as an educator, we should utilize it fully. We should understand the extent of its usage, and then if it has been needed, we can go for the Pro version also.
Right.
So with the free version only, what the maximum level of facility we can able to get over here, that's what I try to mention over here. In the case of launch, you can able to observe this is the main interface page which we used to get over here. You can able to develop a quiz, you can able to develop a space race and exit ticket. We will try to understand each component in a very detailed manner. The question type or a question pattern, you can able to observe 3 type of questions it can be added. It could be multiple choice, that is a multiple choice
MCQs?
questions. Yes, exactly. It could be true and false, and it could be even the short answer also. And if I want to make you understand little bit more about it, that we will try to understand in our later classes. Latest session of this presentation. Library is going to talk about, we are going to come back again on the launch, so don't worry about that, because then we are going to understand how we are going to create it and how we are going to make a synchronization with what we had created. Second, you can able to observe is a library. Library is actually the repository. Repository in terms of that what sort of quizzes we had prepared, we are going to observe over here. Yes, there is one limitation over here that at one time we could have the 5 quizzes. But it's not like that you are going to have only 5 quizzes. No. At one time. Exactly. So if you want to go for the 6th quiz, you need to delete one quiz.
From that.
You can do in such a manner that you are going to have 5 quiz. With any quiz, if you had completed all your activities, you can save that quiz. You can download it, the quiz. You can download the data. Whatsoever the data, whatsoever the insight, whatsoever the instruction, you can download it and then you can delete it. Then you will be in a position to add one more quiz. Exactly.
Or even you can get the 5 more also.
Exactly.
Not only one.
Exactly. Then you have to delete 5 quizzes.
5. Right.
Yes. And even the quiz what you had developed, you can customize in that also.
Okay.
So it's not like an OTP over there, that is a one-time question, a one-time quiz. No, it's not like that. You can go for further customization in that quiz also what you had developed. So over there also such type of customization is available, such type of modification can be utilized.
Okay.
Now you can able to observe over here, even in one quiz, that example has been given over here, in that you can able to share it. You can able to share it with others, you can duplicate it.
Okay.
Plus you can able to move to option is given for the pro version, that you can move it to the other teacher's account also. The other teacher can take your quiz as it is, but it is for the pro version, that is also important to understand.
Yes.
Exactly. And even as I had already told you, you can download it also, and of course the last option given in a red format, you can delete it also. So that is actually talks about the library, and in the library only you can able to see the add quiz option. From there you can able to develop a new quiz also. So you can start from that new quiz, but again you have to go to launch, and in launch you can able to see the interface where you can able to customize the particular quiz. Third is given about so I think this is the way you can able to see the add quiz option also. That's what I had given over here. The add quiz is having either you can have a blank quiz, either you can generate the AI quizzes over here. Plus you can upload also with the help of Excel sheet, and you can do a copy pasting also. So even in the blank quiz you have the 4 major options. Either if you had already developed it, you can add it. Either you want to get it generated and get it added in your quiz, or either in the software only you can able to generate the quiz. So that is also important feature which can be observed over here, that how the different set of quiz can be added. Different set means different pattern you can, with which you can able to add the quiz. Now the next is a discover. Okay. Discover is basically whatsoever the AI generated quizzes what we had talked about. Other than that, you could able to get over here already generated quizzes also. But of course, this is for the kindergarten till grade 12. There is the difference what we used to get in the corporate and in the higher education account, that over there you can able to get more set of activities as well as more set of questions. So you can see, for example, and plus one more thing is there, even in the case of the school education, you could able to identify the different disciplines. It has not been confined for science, for social science. As I had told you that it is actually versatile in nature. You can see in the phase that it could be have the maths, it could be having the language, science, social science, all different phases of questions can be taken over here. I had provided one example over there. For example, if I took the social science, you can able to see you have a complete icon over there, Plus you can able to observe at the margin area there are different entities are there. Either you want it for the grade, which grade, either you want it of which difficulty level, how many questions you want, on which topic you want. All things are actually possible over here. And the best part is that it's not compulsory that what you got you have to take. No, you can customize it.
According to your choice.
Exactly. So you can see I just provided over here one example, and you can see over here I just keep on scrolling and then the end is there. There are these many topics is been there. Plus it is authentic also, because at the end you are going to get an author's detail. You are going to get that when it was been prepared. So it's a completely authentic with giving a citation and the credibility to the author. You can utilize the direct quiz also from here of your own topic, and plus if you want to customize it, you can customize it also.
Okay. So
Yes.
any other activities also can be done here, ma'am,
Exactly.
other than quizzes and all?
Exactly. So as madam was asking about, is there any other could be possible over there, that
Possibilities
also
there.
we will try to understand, but we just need to have a little bit of a patience that what could be the further features which is actually is linked with this assessment tool. Another feature is about a room. As I had already told you, you can able to have your own room number depending upon your feasibility, depending upon the level of your students. I just given a very simple name over there, Ruchi 22. It's very simple. I think even the student can able to remember it also. Of course, but if you are going to have a add room feature, you need to go for upgradation. But what I personally felt good, even in this also, many times it used to happen, we used to go for all the process and at the end we came to know that it is upgrading one. But over here, it's not like that. They are not going to keep you in an illusion that at the end only you will get an information that this is actually having a feature of a pro. From the starting only, once you are going to click on any particular feature, they are going to give you an information that you have to go for the upgradation. So you don't need to waste your time over there. It's very common, you had observed in so many applications that you used to reach at the highest level, at the end level, and at the end it used to say that you have to go for upgradation. But over here, there is no such feature. I had given an option, explanation also over there, that if you want to try to add room, automatically it will provide you information you have to upgrade. So that also a feature which actually save the time of a teacher, as well as to make them understand that whatever the free version, whatever the details they can able to get with the free version only. Other than that, there are having a features of the data driven also. That was the major feature I had talked about when I had told that what the checklist it is important to be considered when we are talking about the assessment. So in that, they are having the report and the live results concept over here. And it is only going to be possible to get these data when you are going to launch the activity. So before that, it is going to be in a passive state. Even in the case of live result, what striking feature I had got over here, I just maximize and you can see the image over there. On the asterisk position of our, you can see the superscription position of the live result, there is a green mark. That actually going to give you a hint that the activity is going on. So this also I find a little bit striking feature, that you need not to check again and again whether the result is coming or not. If it is green in color, it means the activity is going on.
Okay.
So it is something like what we used to see on a screen and the live word has been there. Similar sort of feature has been I can able to identify in this application also. Okay, so this was what I want to make you understand regarding the ribbon which has been given on the main platform over here. Now, as madam had asked about a very simple and very critical question, but is there any quiz? Is there only the quizzes? Because we are keep on talking about the quizzes only.
Quizzes and puzzles, yes.
Exactly. But again, I want to tell you, it is little bit ahead of it. It is not only going to develop a quiz, but it is having little bit of more interfaces also, but it is linked with the quiz only. So there is not been like that the teacher has to do some extra effort for the further activities. With the quizzes only, the teacher can do the game-based learning also. With the, what I can say, the quiz or the activity only, the teacher will be in a position to make it competitive, healthy competitive for the students also, and that is also in the live platform. Okay. That's what we are going to try to understand little bit later in the phase. Now, if we want to make you understand that it is going to have the three major forms, quiz, space race and exit ticket, it is having the question pattern of three major, MCQ, true and false and short answer. But I want to tell one more thing, In the short answer, there is no limitation of the word. So even the activity can be taken in the short answer.
Answers.
Yes. And true, false, of course, we know is objective objective in nature. Even the MCQ also is objective in nature. You can able to get it if you are going to observe over here. Sorry, that even you can able to get, just as we had already discussed, is about the discover. We can able to get the AI generated quizzes also, but that can be fully customized. And I think before proceeding for these three major words, where I suppose the quiz is very commonly in front of us. We are very commonly been observing this type of word, this word. But space race and exit ticket is actually a matter to understand. For that, I try to comprehend these three variables with the help of the differences. If you can see over here, now again as an educator, you need to understand that what actually you want to do. The first thing is that if you actually aiming that you want to develop a formative assessment, if you want to go for the summative assessment or you want to check the understanding of the students, you can go for a quiz. Now with the same quiz, if you want to go to review whether the students are active or not, whether the students are engaged in your activity or not, whether it is actually helping them in understanding the topic or not, that you can able to get in the interface of space race. With the word you can understand, it is providing a racing behavior where the space is of the student. That's what I had identified.
Very
it is
interesting name, space race.
Yes, that I had only identified. I just also need to see it out whether it is any research or not has been there. But that what I can able to understand with the word. And the third one is their exit ticket. Once the teaching learning process is over, once you had did with your what I can say the competitive behavior, even it's not compulsory every time that for every topic you have to go for the competitive racing or for the collaborating activity. The third is given about the exit ticket, that whether it is a quick check, it is something like 3 questions are there which actually talks about whether the students are in a position to understand or not. The questions are already preset. So of course in terms of customization there is no possibility. In the case of quiz, high level of customization has been there. You can add so many, you can add MCQs, you can add short answer, you can add true, false, and there is no number yet. Of course, more than 20, 30 is not very much feasible for the students in the online platform, but there is no numbering in terms of that only this much MCQs has been allowed, only this much quiz has been allowed. No, it's not like that. Or this much short answer has been allowed. It's not at all like that. In the case of space race, some sort of modification is being applicable that we can able to observe over there. And in the case of ticket, only the 3 preset questions are there which the teacher can provide to the students and student need to answer it. That is the major feature. Pacing, if you can able to observe, teacher and student both can have their own pace in the quiz, because it's not compulsory that if the live result is not been there, there will be no quiz. No, it's not like that. If the quiz has been prepared today, it can be provided tomorrow also. So there is no such point has been there. But yes, whenever the quiz is going to be given, the live result icon is going to get on. Plus, space race is there, the teacher and student both are active at the same state. In the case of the exit ticket, the teacher is going to provide, the student is going to answer it. That's it. Response can be customized. Space race, immediately you are going to get a response as an educator, and exit ticket is basically aimed for immediate responses. Synchronization, high level of synchronization is there in the quiz. In the space race, there is only high level of synchronization because it has been happening only 2 way, teacher and student at one place only. And in exit ticket, you can say it can be considered as lower because it basically focus on reflection. It is not talking about that how the teacher is going to teach. It has already been a phase where the teacher had taught, the activity has been done, and how the student or a learner identified it. So that is the role of the exit teacher. So first, if you want to go for a quiz, as madam was quite interested to know about it.
How they will perform.
Exactly.
How it will work.
Yes. So that is the point. That is a quiz is there. Again, one example I had already kept over there. I had already worked on it. You just need to put a quiz. You can add quiz. That option was there when we had talked about the library. And if any particular quiz is already been there, then you can just need to click on it. And in this manner, you are going to get an interface. This is a teacher's interface. Where you can edit the title, you can even have the two type of format, the one AI generated questions and another one copy paste option, or you can even write it also over there. In the case of AI generated, you have an option of providing the prompt of 3000 words. That is also, I think, a striking feature. So it's not going to give you AI generated only on the basis of 5 words, 6 words, and you're just going to get a question. No. You can totally customize, even in the case of AI generated, with the 3000 words.
Up to 3000.
3000 words, you can give a prompt.
Great.
And on the basis of that prompt, you can able to get a questions. Even there also you have an option that whether you want subjective question, even you want objective question, plus, yes, there is a limitation that in AI generated, you can have maximum 15 questions.
Okay.
But in that also, it's not only 15. It could be 5, it could be 10, it could be 15. And AI generated and customized question, what you had already prepared, can be match also. So it could be possible you are going to get 5 AI generated questions and 15 your own questions or 20 your own questions. So all such a type of customization or alteration is applicable over here. Then if you can able to observe, these are the questions, and yes, again it's not compulsory that if all our AI generated questions are there, you need to take it. No.
You can change.
Yes, even you can change, and you can able to see also that which question you want and which question you don't want.
Don't want.
Exactly.
So option is available for
Exactly. And even in the questions also, you can able to see I had provided each interface over there. Even in that question also, in the MCQ part or even in the main question part, you can embed the video and image also. So
Great.
that facility is also been given, that customization is also been given over here, that you can add. So this much level of customization is there when we are going to talk about a quiz. Now, these could be the different setting, whether you want it to shuffle the answers in case of MCQ in the front of the students when it is going to turn up. You want to shuffle the question. That's what we used to get even in the Google form also. But over here, even the student can get an answer also. They can get a feedback also, that if the answer is right, why it is right. If the answer is wrong, what is the right answer. That feasibility also this application is providing. So that's what the small thing, but the small thing can become a macro if we are going to use it very carefully as well as very indigenously. Exactly.
Right. So that was the interface for the teachers. And
Exactly.
if we talk about the students, and can you give some details about
Exactly,
students?
that is what we are going to see over here. This is the student interface. And you can see there is nothing complication. Only the menu is there. In the menu, only the room number is there. And this type of interface is going to come in front of the students. They need to click it. They need to submit the answer, and immediately they will be in a position to see whether their answer is correct or not. And that feasibility is given to the teacher. If the teacher want that student should see the answer at that time only, it can be. Otherwise, it could be possible that the teacher want to give an answer later on in the downloaded form. That is going to come in the report form.
Okay.
Yes, so that feasibility and that customization is also given over here. That scope is also, this is the interface of the student you can able to observe with no complexities. 11 questions were asked and the third question is talks about it. Plus you can see the answer phase also over here. Similarly, for the same thing, if you can able to see, now the next with you can go for space race. That was quite interesting, it seems, and you can see even the look also, that how the look is going to come over here. It is something like what we are having a running race.
So, but because bicycle is here, so how the
It's
students
just
are
an
racing?
icon. It's just an icon.
Icon.
Yes, you can have a rocket, you can have a beer. I just observed there are so many icons over there. It is just to make the things attractive. And if the things are attractive, it is easy to learn. That's what we used to understand.
Correct.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So this is the interface of the teacher only. But over here, the quiz has already been prepared. With any quiz what you had prepared, you can go for the space race. No issues at all. You can shuffle the question again. You can have a teams and you can accommodate 50 students at one time in this whole Socrative at one time with one room. 50 students can work together. You can have a team. You can have even the countdown also. You can able to see the interface over here. You can have a countdown also. Then you can invite the students with that only one feature, that is a room number. And then you can able to observe such type of interface will come in front of the students. So the students were keep on answering, the cycle will keep on increasing. The team is that we are going to observe, don't worry about it. We are going to see that how it is going to be shown in front of the students also. You can see the magenta team is there. The name is also been given very simple. So, and attractive colors has been given to them.
Yes, blue, green, for the different assessments.
Exactly.
Yes.
And this same interface will come in front of the students also. I will show you again.
Okay.
Yes, same interface. Report, it is in front of the teacher. Teacher can able to identify the activity is going on, the countdown is going on, and then the whichsoever team is answering the cycle, the activity, attractive feature will keep on going. And even at the down, you can able to see individually how the student is performing. That also can be identified, where the percentage are coming by its own, with the amount of correct answer the student has been giving. It is already going to show you that what sort of answer is been given by them, where the answer was wrong. Even for the short answer also, you can able to see the brief point over there that what the answer is been given by the students. So all these things, all these features is applicable from the teacher front. In the case of student, in the same interface I want to show you, see the simplicity over there. The team number has been given. Even the team also, I want to tell you, it could be possible that the teacher can assign the team, or even the student can do their own assign. Yes, that is in a hand of a teacher. Whether the teacher want that student should go in their own team, or either the teacher want that I want the student, this is student in that particular team. That customization is also applicable when we are going to talk about the space race. So this is some sort of game-based, some sort of attractiveness, some sort of competitive behavior, but in a healthy manner.
It's quite interactive assessment.
Exactly, and this has been happening in the phase. Student are working, teacher is working in the same phase, and teacher also not need to go again and again and download. Data is already been developing over there with the live result with the asterisk mark of green. So you can see the student interface, it seems like that, and you can see only 2, refresh and log out. In the menu, only 2 options has been given to them because they don't need to provide any other information over there. So that is also one of the best feature what I can able to identify over here. Third is about the exit ticket. Exit ticket is also going to have the report and the live session you can able to see over here, and even there also there is already a preset questions. I can just provide the student interface what the 3 questions are there simply. Yes. Simply, only the 3 questions are there that the only student need to answer, and the teacher is going to get an answer that how they can improve, how they can work for the future classes also. In the advanced feature, of course, as I was keep on telling, but over here I am going to provide little bit of a more clarity. Reports are there. Whatsoever is activity being done by the teacher for 30 days, report can be kept over there. Yes, quiz is only 5. But whatsoever the activities, for 30 days, unlimited number of reports can be kept. And then if you are going to get it downloaded, after that, you can kept it with yours. Once the activity get over, you can see also that how you had make it customized, whether it was correct or not. And once the activity over, you can finish the activity. Once the activity get finished from your side, the student side, it is going to get completed. So this is a extra features also. Even you can download the complete detail, you can download the individual detail, you can download the answer key also and can provide it. So these are some extra features which is also been given, and at the end you can see the student will see only this interface. So whatsoever the complexity were there, that is totally in a hand of the teacher interface. This is the end what the student will get, and until and unless the next activity is going to come, that student will be in a position to work again, and in this way the learning will goes on.
Right,
yes.
Ma'am. So now, because we have come at the end of this session, so
Conclusion
the
part
best
is only
practices for effective use is very
Exactly.
important. So we can go through these practices also, ma'am, as well.
So now what as an educator you should do? That is one of the major thing, and we had already discussed what can be done. Now as an educator, what is your role? First thing, it should not be used only for the novelty. Because it is new, it is naive, you should use it. No, it's not like that. That is not a role of an educator. Educator should use it to actively support and enhance the pedagogical objectives. Plus, it should be used as an assessment tool where the quality and the clarity of questions also matters. Plus, it also needed to be used for the pedagogical effectiveness. So, one of the major requests I want to do it over here, that don't use it just because it is new. Use it because it is required. So until and unless it is not been taken into consideration as an involvement, it is not going to go the ethical consideration where it talks about the student privacy, it talks about the equitable access and participation, because it is utilizing the very low bandwidth that also I had observed. It can be utilized even with the 700 or 600 kbps also. I had checked it.
Very less data.
Yes, because it's not controlling the data. And from the student front, it's very simply something like a WhatsApp or something like just you are opening one video. Only this much it has been required, because in student interface, there is not a data has been taken over there. And it is actually can be utilized that assessment for learning rather than assessment for punishment. So that focus must be taken into consideration. And in the conclusion part, I just want to say to utilize it for making it not only mere an evaluation tool, but to make it as a catalyst for SEP, that is student learning, engagement, and finally the participation. So this is the major feature of Socrative, and if it has been utilized carefully, it has a potential to turn up a very good assessment technique for each educator, for each stakeholder in the field of education.
Exactly, ma'am. So nicely, so beautifully you have elaborated each and everything about this application, which is Socrative application, and it is really useful for the educator or the teachers, but depends how they are using it effectively or not. So it is very important for you to learn about this application and to learn how to use this application. So for being with us today, Dr. Ruchi ma'am, and telling our educator or the teachers in a different and a beautiful way. Even I'm also trying to learn each and everything about it. What is this? Yes. So thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, ma'am. Namaskar, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
So dear viewers and learners, this was a webinar on ET-ICT tools, and where we discussed about an application. It is Socrative application, which is really useful for the teachers and the educators. Now it's time for me to wrap up this session, but before wrapping this session, let me tell you about the next session. It is all about Sahyog session. And Sahyog and Paricharcha both are very important sessions. So today's topic is very important. It's all about coping, overthinking during studies. It is very important, topic for the session. But before that, I want to say something about the announcement for the poem. If you are the person who knows writing, who knows how to do the poem, and if you have any kind of singing, skills, for that you can go for our website, Balpan Ki Kavita, and where you can write your poems and you can send through this mail ID. It is all about your skills. So this is the last date, and it has started from 26th March and it will remain till 22nd April 2025. Now it's time for me to say goodbye to all of you. Take care and keep watching all the sessions. Thank you. Namaskar.